So, good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Jeff. Today we'll talk about reflections on judgment, resentment, and cynicism. 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 So, I will start with my presentation. I'm Bruna. I live in Brasília. I'm married. I have two sons. The older is 19, and the younger is 13. I am the degree in physical therapy and physical education, and I work in the public service here in Brazil. And in my free time, I love to ride a bike, but in the last time, it's impossible because raining a lot here in Brazil, and it's better go at the gym. I love to work out and dance too. That's it about me. And you, Jefferson, introduce yourself, please.
Okay, good morning, bro. I'm Jefferson. I live in Goiânia, Goiás. It's the center of Brazil. It's almost near of Brasilia, where Bruno lives. I am economist, professor of Catholic University of Goiás. I love to play soccer. I love to walk, not to run anymore. I used to run a lot in the past, but now I don't like, I don't know why, but I love to play soccer. I love to play canasta, to listen good music, especially international music from Latin America and music in English and sometimes in French. I love to read. I used to read a lot, read history, philosophy, economics, and so on. And thank you for having me.
Great, Jefferson. Do you play soccer every weekend or no?
Yeah, only weekends, yeah.
All right.
Because I
Nice.
work every day. Yeah, I need to work.
Exactly. And play canastra every weekend too.
Yeah.
Yeah. With your wife? Your
Yeah, my
wife.
wife and friends used to play, drink beer and eating something and listen good music and talk about the life of the others.
Nice. And do you have a specific place to play the canastra, for example, or you change all the time? Sometimes in your house, in the other time in your friend's house. Is that see or in
No,
the
most of the
specific
time,
club?
yeah,
Yeah.
most of the time here
All
where I
right.
live. Yeah.
Great. So, like I said, today you talk about the judgment, resentment, and cynicism. So, about the judging, do you think judging someone is inevitable, and why, Jeff?
As a
Because
human being, I used to say yes, it's inevitable. It's impossible. You most of the time you have a lot of information from someone. You are processing this information, and you used to say somebody this way, somebody that way. I love somebody. I don't like somebody. I agree with somebody. I don't agree with somebody. I love to play canasta with somebody. I love to play soccer with somebody, but somebody I don't love to walk because, for example, in the soccer, I have a friend of mine that he claimed all the time, it's terrible. You are only play to relax and oh come on. He used to claim from everybody. So I think this is not so good. And what else? And judgment. Sometimes is good, sometimes is not good or bad. So you must to try to navigate it between good and bad information. In my case, I don't like bad information. I don't like to judge the other about bad information. I don't like. Most of the time, I used to refine or to select what I must to say to another person to avoid a bad situation.
Yeah, sure.
So, but as I said, judgment about people is part of our life.
Yeah, I agree. It's hard to separate this moment, because I understand that we judge a lot their appearance in a special, no? If you look at the clothes, for example, the way the people walking, for example. So in this exact moment when you look for this person, oh my gosh, I don't know if they're a good person, I don't know if they're a bad person. You in this moment you judge the person. No? I understand it's impossible to not judging someone. It's hard. It's terrible. It's not so good, but okay, I agree with this. It's inevitable that you judge someone. And about have you ever felt unfairly judged, and how did you deal with the situations? It's very common, no? If someone looked for you and think the way it's not exactly you. What do you think about this feeling?
Yeah, just a moment. I lost something here. Okay. I think yeah, if I felt unfairly judged, I think in the past, when you were growing old, you avoid to judge a lot of things. You need to think one, twice, three times to talk about something. But in the past, I criticize prematurely, sometimes without understand uh, the situation, and terrible with terrible outcomes. I remember, and I used to say sorry for the person and so on. I remember, but now, I think I'm very different. I need to think about the situation, to think about sometimes you have some kind of misunderstanding about some evidence. In my case, it's very common, especially today in this polarized society that we live in Brazil about A and B situation and Bolsonaro, Lula, and so on. So I try to avoid and to clarify the evidence, communicating openly to clarify my actions and my intentions. But sometimes it's not so easy when we have somebody that just think only one way and not open to a broader intent or to a discussion or about some subject. So I think it's not so good. But just to finish, I think transparency is the best way to build trust or personal interactions.
Yeah, yeah, so nice. But and about your students, for example, you are professor, so no, Jeff is a bad professor, it's arrogant, and the student judge a lot the professor, no? And how do you feel with unfairly judged? Because sometimes it's okay, but it's
Yeah.
sometimes it's no, it's a bad judgment with you, your personality. No, I'm not arrogant, for example. In the past, many people said for me that my appearance, that I was arrogant person. And after talking with me, no, you are a great person. You are sympathy person. So yes, I'm calm. I'm fun. I love to have a good hangout with my friends. But in the first moment, when you look for me, probably you judge me and you say that I'm arrogant person. I don't know. My face is say this, and you. Someone said for you, no, Jeff, you are a great person. But in the past, when I didn't know you, I think you arrogant. You are bad person, or no?
No, in my case, no. It's not very common, but sometimes I think every semester I have one or two students that used to test my knowledge all the time. I have all this. And when we ask something that difficult that I don't know, I used to express to other students that I really don't know. I know. I'm very open. Professor, can you talk about, for example, Bitcoins? Can you explain Bitcoins about this and that? I have a discussion last week about that. And I told all that I know about Bitcoin, this and that, and the other parts that you were asking, I really don't know. If you know, okay, you can talk here, you can discuss. But sometimes this kind of students only test the knowledge
Yeah.
of the profession in order to test. I really don't know why. I really don't know why. But when I don't know something, I used to say in class, I don't know. And when the students continue to, you must to know about this. I
Uh-huh.
used to say, this is not in my agenda. This is not the thing that I want to study. I have a lot of things to study. Sometimes I'm very rude about this. I don't like to study about this. I have I don't have too much time to think about this. If you can study, it's okay. It's good for you, but it's not good for me.
Great, great.
Yeah,
It's not arrogant, no. It's rude. Sometimes the way that you say is rude, but it's necessary sometimes. Like you said, I can imagine that you have many students. You have many students that it's arrogant. You need to, you make a questions only to
yeah.
test you know. Yeah, I can imagine. So let's go the next question about the resentment. Do you believe that the hold the resentment hurts the person who feels it more, or the one who is target of the resentment, and why? You said it's when you hold the resentment is bad, no? Because, for example, if I do something for you and you hold the resentment about this thing, you hurt more than me, no? Because I no, I hold the resentment with Bruno because he said me this and this. Okay, for me. So I don't remember why I do this for you or something like this. No, I understand the most. It hurts most when they feel resentment. No, what were your opinion?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Resentment hurts, hurts a lot, hurts a lot. But as I said, I avoid this kind of discussion to judge somebody, or some kind of discussion. For example, today I was at the gym, talk about soccer and so on, and somebody told me bad things about Janja's speech in G20, about Elon Musk. I told it's okay, okay. And the guy insisted to talk about this. I told, no, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this. And I felt some kind of resentment part of him because he insisted about that. And I told, no, let's go talk about Vila Nova, Santos, Flamengo, Botafogo, and so on.
We need to change the subject, no? If you
Yeah,
don't like to speak a specific subject, it's okay.
yeah.
That's it.
Uh,
But do you know someone that holds a lot of resentment? For example,
yeah,
my oh
I
my God,
have I have somebody in family that I want to talk the name. I have friends all the time talk about this and that all the time.
oh my God.
And for example, you heard somebody, né? Those guys used to say all the time the same thing, three times, thousands of times the same thing. Do you remember this and that? Okay, forget this is the past.
Exactly.
Okay, let's see the other side, the other way. But they carry something heavy, 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 heavy bad things in your mind, and I don't like to think about it. I really don't
Yeah.
like. I
My
have
my
no
mom.
resentments about everybody, even for example, I have three friends of mine that hurt me a lot in the past. That's no problem. No problem.
Today, do you understand the situation or no? Because I understand that you in the past I'm more holding resentment because I didn't understand better why the person did something with me. And in this moment today, oh, okay, I'm teenager. I don't have maturity. I don't have maturity enough to understand the situations. In the past, it's okay, but today, no, I don't hold the resentment. My mother-in-law, it's incredible because she holds a lot of resentment. Sometimes she tell things from like you said in the past that remember that it's occurring today. Why? It's occurring in the past. It's you needed to forget the situations. It's why? And she show, for example, oh, look for this. She hurt someone in the past, and now she's suffering with this. Oh my gosh, why you broke, you bring this in this situation? Does not make sense, no? Go ahead. So it's terrible, this
No, yeah, I
emotion,
think
no?
it's a good discussion. I remember when I was director of Department of Economics, and I have a lot of discussions with the professors because some of them just think about him and not think about the course, about the colleagues, and so on. Just to think about him and individualism a lot. And that's hurt me a lot. And sometimes our resentment. For example, the profession, I wanna teach this discipline or that. I know a lot about this. It's okay, but we haven't the other professions teaching. I can change the profession, and I have terribles. I have situation in the past about this. And when I look to this profession until now, I saw resentment until now. Yesterday, I was talking with another professor, and he told me something about that profession in the past that had problem with me as a director. When you were a director, when you were a leader or something, you have good and bad things in your life. Sometimes you have resentment about somebody. It's not so easy. Uh, I remember in TNT, not now, 2 years ago, the same. Sometimes we had, I don't know he's in TNT yet, but it's somebody that only questions not comfortable to answer in TNT. And I remember a lot of discussion, and we had a kind of WhatsApp group and so on. And the guys used to put opinions there. There is any more about this terrible. eh? I think the boss Felipe cut this. But in the past, I remember this. It was not good discussion. And I just to talk about this, I perceived it. I noted some kind of resentment because the subject rude some subjects that you can talk about. Especially on a platform like this, you must open your mind, open your heart to talk about this and that. And I felt
Um,
some kind of resentment towards some subjects.
exactly. And you have sometimes a specific subject it's hard to discuss, no? Because, for example, the political, I understand it's a delicate subject, no? Because you need to respect the other opinion. It's more important this. And if you don't, it will and if you'll not be able to respect the other, so it's hard to have a good discourse, and maybe someone hurt you, and what else? I changed my mind when I made a course with no violence communications. It's helping me a lot because in the first moment, it's better when you stop the judgment. You analyze the situation first. It's more important, though, because, for example, if you to be rude, and if I'm your student, and I ask and I make a question for you, and you rude with me, the first moment, probably I think, no, maybe Jefferson had a problem, and or don't know the subject, or and don't have time to study the subject and teach me, for example. And I try to analyze the situations. No, no, all the time. No, Jeff, so it's so rude with me because he doesn't like me. Something like this, no? And in this
Yeah,
moment, I try to analyze better the situations. In this moment that I don't hold the resentment with you because I don't know what happened in your life. I don't know your background, no?
yeah,
And when you understand the background, the other person, it's better to avoid this resentment, it's better. Because
yeah,
you said about your colleague and the professor, for example, but in the exactly moment, you don't know, you didn't know, maybe in the past, you didn't know what exactly they feeling, he's feeling. So it's complicated, it's helping me, no violence communication, helping me a lot.
yeah.
The
I think
oh,
it's the same here. When you talk about sex, it's not so easy to talk about this. And I remember in the past, some kind of question I think was not appropriated for this immersion because you put this in YouTube and it's not so good. When you
for
put
some
YouTube, it's you really don't know who will watch
words
this
exactly.
YouTube. So the guys, oh, I saw you there in I don't know the name in English, lacração, né? Lacration, be lacration, I think is the same. When you cut some part of your voice, some part of your words, and put to destroy you.
Exactly.
Né?
Put
So you
only
must to avoid. And I remember a lot of discussion about sex here, and it's not my, for me, it's okay. But I remember a lot of guys talk and women talk about this and that. Not
yeah,
comfortable.
yeah. In the past, here in Talk and Talk, we had a specific immersion for the woman, And in this exact moment, we don't put it in the internet, in the YouTube, because it's only for the woman and it's a delicate subject. No, it's impossible to put in the internet because so about the judgment. It's complicated, like you said. Sometimes the specific subject it's better if you don't put in the YouTube, like you said.
Yeah.
So let's go the next questions about the number four. I think we answered. And the number five, have you ever been surprised to discover you were wrong about someone you judged too quickly? How did you react? Do you remember a specific moment that, oh my gosh, you wrong about someone you judge or no?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Not so much. Some situation I've judged someone, and later I realized that I was off. I was not corrected, and that's happened in the past. So I try to correct that situation and to get more information or better information. And I used to say, sorry, sorry about this, sorry about that, some kinds of conclusion. Sometimes not so easy when you see the guys or the guy, you can see. You just judge for the clothes, for the hair, for the way he talks, and sometimes you can judge it, and I think it's not correct. But it's very common where I work, né? All the time. For example, today we have some kind of situations. Every semester we have at least two or three students with, I don't know how to say in English, autism. Né? We have a lot of autistas. Students in the class who really don't know and they can pay attention some it's, it's it's very interesting. And I remember the first time I judged a student, and then after 3 or 4 classes I discovered that I was wrong about that students, and I talked to him, sorry about this, sorry about that. And it's very interesting because this student now is very close of me. I talk with your mother and father about these and other situations about the students.
Great point that you said about the autism. I don't know, I think it's autism. Because I think many people judge the students, this person, no, the people have a mental problem. And you said, no, he's a unpolite person. No, he's has a problem, mental problem. No, it's needed to be controlled more. It's terrible, this, no? And we need to understand this person, no? It's better. This question, Jefferson, is more interesting in my opinion, because in the first moment I might think you misjudge someone, and then you discover they were sweet person, sweet heart. No, no, I understand. I think Jefferson is a rude person. In the after moment, I discovered that you are a great person. No, I did misjudge wrong, but I've always been very naive. Naive,
Yeah, I know.
ingênuo.
Yeah,
And I think everyone is good. In the past, more, I think everyone is so good persons But no, the person, no, everybody is a good person. And I discovered this in the bad situation because I think, no, Jeff is so nice for me. He's my friend. But in the other moment, no, you give me a rasteira. I have many friends, no really friends in my case. And I discovered in the bad situation that no, okay, I'm wrong with this person. I judge with like a good person, but no, it's a bad person. I needed to change my mind because I understand that people know everyone is so good, no, and naive. It's not so good. I needed to change this, but
Yeah,
it's
you
okay.
can invert the question. So
Exactly. But the problem,
sometimes you think the guy is a good guy and so on, and he's not a good guy, terrible
exactly.
guy. And
But I have more problem with this. I judge it's so nice. It's in the, no, the people it's not so nice with me. I'm naive. It's
yeah.
terrible. I'm surprised. I'm being surprised, discover that I'm wrong about the judgment quickly. I needed to know better the person. At this moment, no, it's possible he's my friend. No.
My wife used to say that I'm very ingenious. I think ingenious about the other guys. She, my wife, she look for the persons, uh, think about a lot of things and ask and so on. And in my case, no, it's I see the person's okay. I treat everybody too good, but sometimes it's not too good.
Yeah, it's me. I think everyone is a good person,
Yeah.
and it's my friend now. No, I needed to know better this person if I wanted to consider this person my friend. No, and now I avoid to bring for my house, for example. I invited the no everyone to come at my house. I select better now. But in the past, no, come on, you are my friend. Come on. I can invite you to know my house, to know my family. No. Today I try to avoid this because in the past I suffer a lot. It's not so good. You need to select better your friend, no? So naive. I'm naive in the past more, but now I try to change. Have you ever no? Do you think today's world, especially with social media? You said that you don't have Instagram, no? But do you
No,
have a
I have,
Facebook?
but I can't use.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Encourage cynicism or no? And how does it affect the human relationship? What do you think about this, the social media and cynicism? The number six.
Yeah, I think totally. I agree. Encourage a lot. I have
Why?
why? Why?
Why the people in the special the social media to be more cynicism, cynic. I feel cynical,
I think it's cynism. Cynicism. Yeah,
cynicism.
I think it's cynicism. I don't have a good impression about social media because I think social media it's easier to focus on negative about bad news, argument, trolling, or lacração in Portuguese. And this can make people more skeptical or defense about something. I used to see this most of the time. I think they changed it. The social media changed it. The bad news from the open TV to this kind of group like WhatsApp and Telegram and so on. And for me, I don't feel comfortable about this. I have a WhatsApp group of soccer. We have I think 64 person in the group, and we have
64?
64,
My gosh.
64, and
Only
we
men.
only men, yeah, only men that play soccer, and we had four four guys, terrible guys, every day with bad news, bad arguments, trolling all the time about some kind of subject. And I used to say, come on, guy, let's change this conversation. Let's change this kind of social media. It's not so good. This is not good for us. Take your opinion for yourself. And sometimes they answer rudely me about this. The answer is always the same. I'm free to talk. I
What I
have
want.
freedom to talk what I want. No matter. I used to say it's okay. I respect your opinion. I don't agree, but I respect. Respect. So I think it's not so easy to tackle with this kind of situation. And the other about the social media that I'm very worried because the social media is part of them, is not building trust thing and constantly questions everyone, motives and the news and so on, seeing the worst side of things. And this is not so good. And I don't agree. I can't agree. That's why I avoid to, for example, I don't have TikTok, I avoid Instagram, Facebook only to see the birthday or the anniversary of my my friends and so on.
Great, great. Yes, I understand the social media encourage more the science season. You said science season. The side season because the people want, like you said, the lacração, and it's better. No, I'm to be a person that I'm not. I'm not exactly person, but I need to have more connection with the followers, the seguidores, no, and especially the influence needed to be a continual followers and the oh my gosh, I it's terrible. I wanted to show something that I'm not. I'm not a specific person, but okay, and I needed to lacrar and have more connection with the people, and so it's terrible. I use a lot the social media. I understand we have many content, conteúdo in this platform too. It's possible to select where is better for you. Of course, that you have bad news, fake news and special, no, and you need to select more and more all the time, no, not only the social media, but all the internet. You have a fake news. You need to select better what is important for you, what is true, and go ahead with this. But the relationship with this person that sign season is terrible. I hate this, but it's and I think the cynicism has increased with the social media. It's terrible, no?
Yeah.
Great. About we said about in the other moment hold the resentment. The number 8. Do you think it's possible to build in genuine relationship with people who hold a lot of resentment? And how? I think it's difficult, no? It's hard.
It's
Uh,
yeah.
my gosh, to live together, this person is terrible because all the time they remember a specific moment, a specific thing that you did in the past, Oh, do you remember of this? You said this. You made this. You told this. It's terrible relationship, no? What do you think? It's possible to build a genuine relationship with this person?
It's tough, but I think it's almost impossible. It's almost impossible. I try. You have to
Okay.
be patient and think about the other side, and not to hurt the other side. But it's not so easy. Not so easy. Sometimes you need time, need to trust, to open your mind and so on, but it's not so easy. How can you change a person that thinks it's not possible to change?
Okay.
And a person that work all the time with resentment. How to connect it with these people? I think it's very hard to connect. It's almost impossible to connect it. That's why I select some friends now. When I see somebody with resentment about something, I used to say, it's okay. I have some colleagues in this case, or friends. I just say, hello, what do you think about this and that? Just good morning, good afternoon, and so on. Because I know we have some kind of resentment from the past, and they can't change it anymore. I was in a restaurant last week, and I found a friend of mine that I think 4 years without seeing here. And okay, we begin to talk about something, etc. And 30 minutes of conversation, he talked about some kind of resentment of the past. I thought, oh my gosh. Oh, again, come on.
Oh,
It's not about me, okay, but about my friends. I don't like when you begin to talk about your friends.
okay.
For example, José, Maria, etc. I don't like bad guys, etc. And José Maria are friends of mine. I don't like this kind of stuff. And they used to say all
Gossip,
the
you know?
time bad things about my friends. I don't like this.
Okay. It's better when you have a good conversation without talking other person. A gossip. I hate it when someone look. You said that you stay in the in the restaurant, in a good moment, and a good food. I can imagine. And you receive a person that all the time you have a bad conversation. No, come on, please don't
Yeah.
talk with resentment with my friend, like you said. I hate to do this. I Oh my gosh, it's terrible. And I know many couple that have a problem with betrayal, traição, betrayal. I think it's betrayal. And no, I forgive him and or her, of course, and I forgive. I don't have a resentment with this. But all the time when he have and they have a problem, do you remember that? Do you betray me? Você me traiu? That all the time do you remember the situation and bring it for surface. Traz para superfície the situation. No, come on. If it's possible to avoid this resentment, it's the relationship is not so good. It's terrible. You need to avoid this. Terrible. So the number 9. Do you think it's possible to live without judging, being cynical, or hold resentment? It's possible without this feeling, or no,
It-
these
it's
emotions.
it's be amazing, but probably unrealistic. It's impossible. It's impossible.
What is more hard for you?
What did you say? Sorry.
What is more hard for you? Qual que é mais difícil for you? Judging, cynical, or hold resentment?
For me, more hard, it's holding resentment. As I told, the life is not you feel like a fighter, eh? You fighting all the time with the guy. I think this is not so good. This kind of resentment, you are all fighting about this and that, fighting with words. I think this is not so good. I really don't like. I'm more peaceful. I'm open to positive connection. As I told, I don't like this kind of thing. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
possible to to live without judging. Yes, it's impossible. As even Jesus Christ uh, talk about this, but sometimes you try not to judge. The Bible used to say this, not to judge the other, but it's impossible. Even the priests, even the priests, I know a lot of priests, and they used to judge with this. And I used to say, I have a lot of friends, priests. I used to say, take care, you can't die with your mouth.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, it's hard, you
Yeah,
know. I
yeah.
think living without judging, being cynical, or holding resentment, it's a perfect life, you know. My gosh, it's important. In my opinion, it's impossible. It's hard for me to, for example, hold the resentment. I try to don't hold in this because I understand it's hurt me a lot. It's okay. I try to avoid this. And I think about, like I said, the no violence communication to think your needs, you think why you understand, they analyze the situations, it's better, it's possible. But without judging, it's hard. Sometimes when I think, my gosh, I judge Jefferson because the many things, no? The behavior, probably. And being cynical, sometimes, yes, I'm cynical because I needed to be more sympathetic in the exact moment. I wanted to connect better with this person. And for example, in my environment to work, I have many friends, but we have a specific person that I don't like too much, but I needed to this environment to be great, and in this moment I needed to be cynical with this person, cynical with this person because it's to get this environment better, no? And okay, no, no problem. It's okay. No, it's not okay for me. But yeah, I said that it's okay. It's a cynicism. It's not so good, no? But it's okay. And you said that for you, the resentment, it's hard, no? And if you could give advice to someone who feels a lot of resentment or skepticism, what would it be? The number 10. It's possible. You have advice, give advice for someone.
Yeah, as what I do, and I practice, né? You must to focus in what you can control. If you can control this and that, and avoid to say something not good, to think one, twice, three times, sometimes four times to answer something. I think this is a good tip or a good advice. And try to find that brings you joy or fulfillment. And I used to do this every day. For example, yesterday I was watching a film, that terrible film. Why I must watch? My wife used to say, You must go until the end of this movie. No, no, I change it. I change. Sometimes I have to change it. If the film can bring me something joy or fulfillment, why I must to watch the film? I don't. I really don't like. And other thing, you must think about small things or small works that you can do in your life. And try to forgive. Huh? Try to forgive. Forgive
Okay,
the other person, forgive about something that you did wrong, and so on.
exactly. Thank you for advice. I understand that you need to forgive for the
Yeah.
others, no, all the time, and move on. Go ahead, go for your life toward, and it's better, no? Forgive the situations and to be happy. I think it's better, no? So,
Uh,
Jefferson, thank you for your moment. Thank you for your time and to have here with me, share your opinion. So nice. We have many situations. It's common, no? Especially the resentment. It's terrible, but it's okay. So thank you so much for your time and see you soon in the next weekend. If you
See
want,
ya. Yeah.
Sunday, Monday, Saturday. The Saturday, 7 a.m. I'm here if you want to participate in my immersion. 7.
7 a.m.
Saturday, 7 a.m. Yes. It's so nice when you wake up early and start to speak in English,
Uh,
the practice. It's terrible, but it's okay. Thank you so
okay.
much.
See
Bye.
ya. Take care.